What's up, everybody? This is your favorite stay-at-home dad. Staying at home this summer with the kids. July 4th is around the corner, and I saw something pretty cool that I wanted to give a shot. Have a little bit of fun. Probably going to stress me out because you know how those things typically go. But here's what we're going to do. I went to Walmart, and I bought 3 plain white pair of shoes, some painter tape, some red, and some blue. Don't need white. Dye, some shaving cream, and some bins, because I saw a pretty cool DIY marble your shoes with shaving cream and dye. So we're going to give it a shot. 4th of July is coming up, so why not some red, white, and blue patriotic themed shoes? I'm going to let my 9-year-old, my 5-year-old, my 4-year-old help me with this. So real quick, say a prayer that I don't lose my mind. I'm going to do my best, have some fun. It's all about the memories. Let's go. So before I get them, because I know they're going to be excited about it, they don't know that we're doing this, I got to first take this painter's tape, and I'm going to outline the soles so that it can stay white, or do my best. It's probably not going to be perfect, but it's about having fun. Let me get started. Just a little bit about me. I'm about to retire from the Air Force. I was a firefighter for 11 years, a recruiter for 9 years. I do not have an artistic background. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. That means you too, dads. You stay-at-home dads, or you dads for the summer. This is a cool, fun project. Hey, I might even make me some. Let's see. Let me get started. All right. So that's the small size 8 shoe. 1 down. You don't really need this as long as you go slow. So that's 1 down. Took about 5 to 7 minutes, but I think we'll get faster as we go. Now I gotta knock out these other 5. Also, what I did on here, I bent these back on themselves, took it out of there, so I can kind of preserve this Velcro. Unfortunately, the little ones, they only came like this. I was wanting just regular ones that stretch like that, but they didn't have them. Okay, so at this point, I'm realizing, well, I got 5 more shoes to do. May have bitten off more than I could chew, but I'm committed, and I have to see this through. Number 2 shoe took less than 5 minutes, between 3 and 4 actually. Alright, so I will go ahead and let you know what happens later in the video, and that is that these shoes did not accept the painter's tape well, and it didn't work as much as I wanted it to. Done. Alright, so what is on July 4th? You can look at me. It's the 4th of July. What do they do on that day? They celebrate what? American flag. Yeah, what color is the American flag? Red, white, and blue. Alright, so what we're going to do, I saw this cool project where we can make our own shoes. We're going to make them red, white, and blue themed. So if you turn around, this is your shoes. I got 3 pairs. We're going to do shaving cream and tie-dye and everything else. You guys want to do it? Yeah! We'll see about that depending on how long this takes us. But we got to eat dinner first. All right, girls, y'all ready? Yeah. All right, first step, got to open the shaving cream. Just open one of them. All right, then I want you to spray all of 1 can in there. Let's see how much it fills it up. All right, go ahead. It looks so cool. Do I have... It looks so cool. It looks like fluffy. Oh! I'm fine. Here. Can I? Right here, I'm adding the red and the blue dye. Make sure you get a dye that actually has a squirt top on it. This one, I had to pour it. So as you'll see, I poured too much. All right, so here's how it looks like right now. Turn the volume low. How do you think it's gonna turn out? Good. Are you excited? Yeah. All right, so now we get to mix it, all right? I can shave my arm. Shave your arm? Don't feel like mom. You're not shaving your arm. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, Liv. You're gonna take this. Take it? Look, and we're gonna do swirls. Okay. Do it with the fat end, not the pointy.
Okay.
So take it. You just start doing swirls like this.
So let me show you, Sophia.
So go ahead. Okay, so I'm letting them have a little bit of fun, but here it gets a little bit hard because they do the swirls a little bit differently than I wanted. So it started to mix the colors a little bit more than I wanted to. Alright, so I'll finish mixing this up real quick. Here I go back and I try to fix it, but it wasn't really salvageable at this point. So now the fun part, we're getting a dip each shoe in here and leave it overnight. Some say 3-4 hours, some say 12 hours, some say 24 hours. I'm going to go with between 12 and 24. Make sure this tape is down, these edges. All right. First one going in. One down. The rest is just to continue what you did. It was actually pretty satisfying doing this part. All right, so it's been about 20 hours, between 18 20 hours. The shoes have sat overnight. Now we're going to rinse them for the big reveal. Let's check it out. All right, so we got the first one right here. This is the baby's. This is Sophia's. All right, so there's not really any white in there. That red over saturated everything. Now the sole will be white when we take this the tape off. So rinse that and let it sit. So now I'm just gonna move through. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse all the rest of the shoes off, and then you can kind of see what they start to look like. But as you see, that red really overpowered, and then the blue mixed, and it made kind of a purplish color. But hey, again, we're invested at this point. We got to keep on going, continue around, and it actually turns out pretty good. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. We're almost there. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. And open. Don't touch. Yeah, so what color does red and blue make? Purple, it turns out. So Bella, I like how this back one turned out. Look. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some white paint and we're gonna flick some paint on there once it dries. And remember, the soles are also white. So your soles are gonna be white. Don't touch, Sophia. And then I'm also gonna get a paint pen and we're gonna write USA on the side.
I've seen that effect and it looks so cool.
All right. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. We'll come back after these things. John, don't touch them. It's always the young one got to do something. All right, so this is the final shoe, but we're going to add some white to it. Look how dark that one is. Gosh. See if they're salvageable. Adding that white too. I'm going to take some paint and like splatter it, like stars or something. Then we're going to write USA with a white paint pen. We'll see how it goes. Y'all stay tuned. All right, so these shoes have been sitting about a little bit over 24 hours. After I rinsed them off, they feel kind of dry. Let's see the reveal here. I'm gonna pull off these tape. Okay. So the shoes got a little bit of dye on them, but this is what you see how it looks like so far. Got the red, the white, and blue. See what the other shoe looks like. This is one that had the better coloring on it. Let's pull it back. Okay. Don't look. Oh, that came off pretty good. All right, you see it's got some color. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get some paint that's going to last on those soles. And I'm actually just going to go back over those with white. I'm also, to get a little bit more white in these, I'm going to go get some paint. And I'm going to kind of flick white specks on it. And then what we're going to do, we're going to come back to add more white. I'm going to just use a paint pen or something and write USA on here. So y'all keep tuned in, and we're going to see how these things turn out for the 4th of July. All right, so I looked it up, and it says acrylic paint can be used on the soles. Certain types of paint will actually peel off. So these are just already kind of trash. So worst case scenario or best case scenario, it lasts. Worst case scenario, it doesn't. But this was a project to show you guys if this is doable at home. So they said use acrylic paint. So I've got this white acrylic paint that we happen to already have. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Check it out. I'll do the first couple, and then we'll speed this thing up for you guys. So I'm going to just dab it on here with this. Because this thing, if you look closely, it already looks textured. So I'm going to do this. Might have to do a couple coats. I'm going to just dab this. You know what? Let's go ahead and try this. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Let's get a close-up of what I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to get closer so y'all can kind of see it going on. You see right here? Never really painted for a camera before. Doing this for you guys. If y'all like this video, comment on this video. Let me know if I'm doing good or bad for my first time trying to be cool dad over here. Alright. Alright, you see. See if I can get more on there. There we go. We'll come back over with a second coat. I don't want to glob this in too much. Let's go down. Let's try to keep the strokes the same way. All right, let's speed this thing up. All right, so I started with that dabber, but then I went ahead and moved to the regular brush, and actually I feel like that turned out a little bit better. I just got to keep the strokes the same way so you don't have any runny lines or anything crazy. But yeah, it comes along pretty good. Hopefully this paint holds on here, but only time will tell. What do you guys think so far? Throw in the comments. Alright, so there you have it. That's the first coat on all 3 pairs of shoes, and this is what it looks like. So they're coming in pretty good. I'm going to do one more coat. So remember, some of these are really purple and bluish on the sides. This is the back side. So I think once I come in with that second coat, it's going to be popping. I can't wait to see how these things are turning out. I'm getting more confident as we go. We're going for the red, white, and blue theme. Looks like we're going to get some red, white, blue, purple theme. Because as you know, if you know your colors, you start mixing, you get other colors. But all in all, still fun. Let's see how they turn out. All right, so second coat down, looking a lot better. I really don't see any non-white areas. Next, not today because you see I'm sweating from it. Next, we're going to take the paint, we're going to flick some stuff all over it. Check it out. All right, welcome back. This is day 4. Day 1, we took the shoes. We dumped them in the shaving cream with the dye. Let them sit for about 20 hours. Day 2, we let them dry. Day 3, we removed the tape, and then I had to recolor this because it had dripped down. That was day 3. And now day 4, I'm going to attempt to sprinkle some drops on this. So, all right, you see I got a little paint on here. I don't want to get too much because I don't want it to be crazy. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Got a little big spot right there. Didn't quite want it that big, but where did this come from? This guy. Let's bottom out. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll randomly. Nah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I know how I could do it. Get a brush and flick it. Not my finger. Alright, so I'm going to take this, put some paint on it, and then flick it and see what happens. Let's see, can I flick this? In truth. Let's see. What if I flick it like this? Let me see. Tester down here. Oh, yeah, like that. Alright, so now that you know what I'm doing, I'm going to speed it up to save you a little bit of time. But as you'll be able to tell, I kind of figured out a technique towards the end. Turns out pretty good. I think I'm going to get my paint pen that I'm going to write USA on there with. And on this one, I might just write some white lines. See how good I can do it. And maybe outline in some white. I don't know. And then write USA. Trial and error. That's what you do. We're going to test it out. Alright, so we got our painter's marker here. Alright, here we go. Let me test it down here. I need to do it on the tester area. How about we just do it in the back right here? We'll do the side. Okay. I guess that's what the line's going to look like. Let me just do the other side to make it even. Straight down, stop. Again. Straight down, stop. The truth. Should I come down? Middle? I guess. Where's the middle right there? Okay, he keeps wanting to come out here, making all that noise. So if she does, y'all gonna have to handle it. So we're gonna do a line straight down the middle. I'm gonna go over it a couple times to make it wider. Alright, you see? So this is gonna have laces. So should I take it up to the laces? Yeah, let's do that. Let's take it up to the laces. Did I tell you guys I'm not used to doing this? This is my first time just playing around. Sorry, my daughter had a question. Alright, so moving on. I'm straight down the middle. Yeah, but like I said, this isn't something I do for like all the time. This is the first time I ever tried something like this. But that's how you get good at something, right? So I got that one line in there. We're gonna do a couple more lines. Okay, so the thing about doing this after I got started is the likelihood of you making the other shoe exactly the same is not high, but we're committed to this point. Well, this is harder than I thought. All right, so I'm thinking on the fly here, decided to connect the lines. All right, so let's continue. Oh, I need more. Let's go. There we go. Let's continue down. I have OCD tendencies, so I got to make sure everything's perfect. And I decided to come around that front and outline that area too, so it's one big outline. See how it turns out. All right. So that's what I got. Let's come back to these. These feel kind of dry. I'm gonna go ahead and try to draw USA on here. So let's see. I was really nervous doing this part because once you start, you can't restart, so you got to get it right the first time. So I'm trying to get the measurements so it all lines up perfectly. All right, so what do y'all think? But that's what it's gonna look like. One down. All right, so you already know what I'm doing, so I'm going to speed this up to save some time, but still to let you see that I'm having to go slow and steady to win the race. All right, here we go. First pair. Oh, can't see it. USA for the 4th of July. Okay, different shoes, same concept. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up, but still, again, let you watch, showing that it was me. All right, so got my oldest done. Well, my second oldest. My oldest, I didn't do her pair. This is what they're gonna look like. Let them dry. Now I'm trying to debate which ones should I do for the little one, because I just did these. I think I kind of like the splash look. So I got one more pair of littles. I think I'm gonna splash them again. I hope there's a better method. I'm gonna try to think of a better method to splash. But if not, we're gonna go back to the old fashioned flick a flick a flick. Alright, let me think about it. Should I try this? Oh no, not doing that. Look at that big old glob. We're just gonna do it the other way. So once again, you already know how this is done. This is just me showing you guys how it kind of went in a fast forward motion. Let me guys know what you think of the splash look versus the other look. Which one would you have went with? Put it down in the comments. So if you notice, I went and added something. Should have done this in the beginning, because look. Paint. Paint. And if you look at the back side of my phone case, I got a little bit of a splash paint phone case. So the things I do for you guys, those are just some tips. Expect paint to get other places than what you expect. I thought it would go in front. Forget when you flick. Guess what? It will sling back. Common sense. Not so common sometimes. But overall, here's what they look like. So these are the first ones. We were trying to replicate that. We got the splash look on these. And on these. Now all I gotta do is I'm gonna let it dry for a quick second. Then I'm gonna come back and hit it with the USA. Almost done. So hang in there and watch the finished product. Here's the final touches to the final shoe. Let's go. Alright, so here's the finished product. Biggest to littles. Remember the littles, I went with the splash look. Then I went with like some stripes. Remember these gonna have a laces on there. I guess I should have put those on there, but oh well. Envision white laces. Alright, I don't know why. Hopefully I don't mess it up, but it's kind of dull around the edges, so I'm going to take a black Sharpie and I'm going to try and embold it and see what happens. It actually turned out pretty good, so I'm glad I did do this. What do you guys think? Alright, so there you have it. Final product. Oldest to youngest. So there you have it. A project that looked like it was going to take about 24 hours. Definitely took longer because the mixture of the paints did not come out how I wanted it to. But what do you guys think overall? If you like this video, you like this content, please like and subscribe to my channel. Throw a comment down in the bottom with some tips or things that you thought was pretty cool about it. And until next time, see ya and stay blessed. All right, so if you're still here, you'll notice that all the shoes ended up getting what the older one got. If you have kids, you know that goes. The littles always want what the big wants.